Stay tuned and let's check out this G.I. Joe classified series Cobra Commander and compare him to his many other releases. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today, we continue our celebrations of Yo Joe June, or G.I. Joe June as I'm calling it, as I slowly open up my backlog of G.I. Joe Classified Series figures I've been collecting along with the rest of you guys. I've just yet to get to open any. So I'm using the month of June as an excuse to finally get some of these guys on the shelf. And we are now at the bad guys, or at least at this stage of the bad guys. And in front of me, I have three Cobra Commanders. We already have 3 of this guy, and it is essentially a repaint every single time. So here on the left is the original version of Cobra Commander we got in the darker blue, but yet one of the apps in America, I think it was like the Network app or something, showed promo images of this guy, which definitely confused the audience into regards to what they were pre-ordering exclusively from that site. And eventually Hasbro sort of jumped in and said, if you want it, we'll make it, and they did. So there is the variant sort of royal blue version, and the one in the middle, maybe my favorite, is the Snake Supreme Cobra Commander, which was their G.I. Joe exclusive for Comic-Con in 2020. So yeah, this one is the black and gold. I think I can just open this up, and I do really like this packaging, and there he is in all his gold glory. It's a bit of gold and red. So I actually like the look of this one the best, and it's got a soft good cape as well, and it's got all these gold accessories. So I think out of the 3, just seeing them in box, I do like this one, the Supreme Cobra Commander, the best. But for the sake of the review, I am going to go way back to Wave 1, or Wave 2, I think this guy was in, and open up this original one. Now, some people may prefer the royal blue because it's a bit more accurate to the cartoon. However, for the style of the classified series, I'm definitely liking the darker blue when it matches with like the Cobra Troopers and stuff. So yeah, for this review, I'm going to open up the OG one. But yeah, definitely showing some love to these guys as well. So here we have the Cobra Commander out of his box with all of his accessories, of course, which are an old school looking good. It looks like a pirate's gun, doesn't it? But some nice detail on there, which I'll show you. A sword with a nice snake sort of handle. Again, I'll show you that in a minute. And surprisingly, some interchangeable hands. Now, this may seem like such a small deal, but it makes such a huge difference to displaying and posing in ACBA. These hands give the character so much more expression on the shelf. So yeah, I love options. And so far, these have eluded us with the classified series. Apart from maybe the deluxe snake eyes, none of Wave 1 came with interchangeable heads, interchangeable hands. So yeah, it's nice to see that they at least can do it. So yeah, small touch, but I like it. Now, again, before we take a closer look, I do want to mention this is the same figure as the royal blue one. This is just a variant of this guy. So everything I mention about this guy will be the same as this, just with the colors different. His accessories are gold compared to the silver. He's got a lot more gold deco on his sort of pieces on the figure and whatnot, but it's royal blue versus dark. So again, same figure, just pick your preference in regard to color. Again, some people like the royal blue, it matches the cartoon, but I do think this darker blue is aesthetically going to fit much nicer with the rest of the classified series so far, especially when you get some infantry troopers on the shelf. They're a darker blue. They're going to look great flanking this guy on the shelf. So let's take a closer look at the OG Cobra Commander. So just like Destro, he has this sort of chrome visor on the face, and they've used the same sort of paint scheme because it is very shiny and definitely looks like metal, even though it obviously isn't. I've got a few little scratches in mine, which can be frustrating. I don't know if they come across on camera, but I'm just going to pretend that's sort of battle damage or someone shot him in the face or something. But yeah, a few scratches on the silver, and because it's so shiny, it definitely stands out. It might not on camera, but I can see it, trust me. Now, the rest of his design is very nicely sculpted as well. So this harness is a separate piece. Obviously that can come off. So if I scroll that down, let's take a look at what there is sculpted. So we've got this sort of chain that hangs over the Cobra logo, which is a nice touch. All these buttons are sculpted in there, and they're hit with the nice sort of gold deco. A bit shinier there on the chain, but the chain is thicker, so it probably stands out a little better. I like that we're getting this snake sort of skin texture across the shoulders and the top of the arms and whatnot. That looks good, as well as this sort of silver piping that sort of separates the sort of navy blue to the textured black and snake skin. Obviously this harness piece sort of sits over the shoulder. That's a softer piece, and that is attached to this sort of black sort of half cape, if you will, if you see what I mean, half cape. And there's the back, again, the more sculpted detail on the back there, and that continues down to the front. And again, there's his harness, has got the knife holder or sword holder, which it will fit in there, and that's nice with some gold sort of highlights. And again, the snake logo, the Cobra logo, again there, nicely gold. Moving down, and I like how this sort of top piece is sort of attached to the top and hangs over the legs, so it's all, there's no like break in it, so there's no waist cut, but there is waist articulation underneath it. It's just a softer piece that covers it, so you can get some wave movement look like that, but it's hidden underneath the sort of jacket. So I like that the jacket continues all the way down the figure. Does it hinder leg articulation? A little bit, I guess, but it is a soft enough plastic so you can get some range there. Let me zoom out a little bit so you'll see what I mean, but you can still get it out the front because there's enough gap, and then out the back. I like the little snake tail at the back there of the jacket, which is a nice touch. And then we're getting this red. So on the top, we're getting the black and snake sort of pattern. And on the trousers, we're getting the red and snake pattern all the way down. And that is all sculptured texture all the way down to the boots on both sides. The underside of his cape is red as well. So that's a nice little highlight. So the red is a nice little contrast against the blue, black and gold, especially with the Cobra logo is red down the chest and then on his gauntlets here on the wrist. And again, the silver piping. So yeah, the sculpted detail and paintwork is, yeah, you can't be mad at it. It's flawless. I don't see any, apart from the scratch there, which it could be anyone's fault. But in regards to the actual deco hitting the sculpt, they've got it spot on. Boots are just bland black, but there's still sculpted detail on them. And yeah, double jointed knees, I assume. Look at that. Again, look at how good those double jointed knees are. That is insane. Insane. So bravo. Yeah, there's no complaints when it comes to articulation on these classified suits. Look at that. Insane. Bravo yet again. And the shoulders will go all the way up. There is a butterfly joint there as well, which has some room. So yeah, so far so good. Really liking these villains. So first accessory is this old school piratey looking gun. Now I don't know how well the sculpted detail is coming across on camera, but I promise you it is very nice. And that isn't any like dark wash. That is just the shadows from my light sort of bringing out the sculpt. But I hope you can see it because it's a snake that goes across the barrel and then a snake's mouth is there as the bullets come out in the front. So again, I hope the camera can sort of show that, but it's beautiful. It's very nice considering it's just silver. It's just how intricate the sculpt is. Bravo. And again, on this hand, trigger finger hand, he holds it no problem at all, and the hinge is up and down, which should be the case for trigger hands. So yeah, I like that trigger finger hand with an up and down hinge. So that is very, very nice indeed. His other accessory is this sword, and again this has beautiful detail because if I zoom in and if it will focus, you can see that's a snake's head as the handle. So a gold snake head as the handle. And again, if it's not focusing, I apologize, but I promise you it is well executed. And then so that's gold, and then the actual blade itself is pretty fancy, and that is just silver. And you can see it's shining under my lights, nicely sculpted with some textured detail on there. Well, sculpted detail even. But yeah, that looks good. And that will fit into the sheath that is attached to his harness. Soft rubbery piece. So let's put this in there. I'm assuming it goes in. That's maybe the other way around. Spin it around. There you go. For the handles at the front. Yeah, that makes more sense. So the snake's facing forward. Look at that. There you go. So now the snake's there facing forward out the harness. That's a beautiful touch. So yet again, we have a villain that can sort of be displayed holding all of the accessories, which seems so simple. But it means you can display your characters with all their accessories. It makes a difference. Oh, maybe not all his accessories, because as I've mentioned, he comes with interchangeable hands. So we've got this sort of like claw, cobra-y hand there on the front, which is just sort of, I don't know, I think he's Cobra signal to people. And then the trigger finger hand here. So we do get interchangeable hands. So they are, of course, a fisted hand, and then a nose picking hand, but he doesn't have a nose, so I guess he can use it for pointing and firing people. But yeah, that is beautiful. You're fired. Very nice. And again, it seems like such a small thing, but look how much character and sort of life it gives to a figure when it's posed up on display. Really does make a difference, and I'm assuming it's really cheap for the toy companies to do. So yeah, interchangeable hands, interchangeable heads, different expressions. Options are always good. So there we go. Pointing hand, fisted hand, trigger hand, or a claw hand. Options. For our bad guy comparison, here we have the Cobra Commander next to Destro, and I think these two are flawless. They may not be your exact mind's eye version of each character, but for what they're doing in the classified series and sort of bringing the G.I. Joes into the modern era with the advancement in technologies and armor and all that good stuff, I do think these two take enough from this original source material and update it so it's still the characters you think of in your head, but it's been updated for modern times. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Of course, there's people out there that really don't like these. That is fine, but I'm enjoying these for what they are. So yeah, Cobra Commander, Destro, the bad guys looking good. And what's the point of having bad guys if they ain't got no good guys to fight, of course? So here we have Roadblock, Duke, Scarlet and Snake Eyes compared to Cobra Commander. And again, I think the scale amongst these are beautiful. You can sort of see how it goes down as we move along. That was not intentional. I guess Scarlet should be at the bottom, but you know what I mean? He's very tall, taller than Duke, but not as tall as Roadblock, which is pretty accurate. I guess that helmet gives him a bit of height. So still, looks great. And again, aesthetically, looks beautiful. For our Marvel Legends comparison, here we have Cobra Commander next to Hellfire Hank and a Hand Ninja. And again, he scales really nice. So his Hellfire Hank wanted to stop working for the Inner Circle. I guess he could go and work for Cobra Commander maybe. So yeah, Cobra Commander, if you want another crazy bad guy amongst your display, he will work. So, final thoughts, I think this Cobra Commander is great, and that means the other two versions will be as well. Yes, we've already had 3 versions of Cobra Commander already, but still, it's a nice body mold, it's a nice design, so why not give us various versions, and variant versions even. It's nice to have options. Again, some people may prefer the real blue. I like the black and gold, but it's not my mind's eye, but still I appreciate what it is. So yeah, either it's the Cobra Commander Supreme, which is the Hasbro Pulse exclusive, or the variant royal blue version, which is a little bit rarer to find, but still available for not crazy money. Either or, you let me know which is your favourite version out of the 3. The exclusive, the variant, or the original dark blue. As I said, the dark blue one's the one that's going on my display, but I appreciate the other two, as you can tell, because I brought them both. But yeah, overall, really like this figure. I like the dark blues contrasted with the gold, just highlights with the bit of red and the black, and the design with the snake logos and the little winks and nods. And yeah, very nice. Like this figure. So far, the bad guys are great, and he even comes with interchangeable hands, which is nice for mixing up the display and giving them some different expressions, and bringing that display to life is always fun. So you let me know what you think in the comments below. Which is your favourite? As always, you can follow me here on the channel for more G.I. Joe reviews and Marvel Legends, of course. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. You can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.